Hello, this is a clip for parents who have children starting prep next term. Thanks so much for watching. You're watching this because you've probably been sent the link by a school who's trained in speech sound pics, where we're shaping reading and spelling brains. You now have access to free resources, free support, so please do join us on Facebook as soon as you can.
I'm the speech sound frog. You have to come in now, don't you? I hope you're listening to Mrs. Fowler today. Sometimes I can only speak in speech sounds. What's the word I'm saying?
What's the word?
So I'm Emma Hartnell-Baker, and in this short clip I'd just like to share a few things with you that you can be doing with your child to really get them ready for school. Everybody can learn to use the speech sound pics approach, but we love having parents and grandparents into the classroom. Not only does your child love to have you there, it also helps you really understand how to help other children, for example your younger sibling. SSP, speech sound pics approach, is based on neuroscience. It's about shaping reading and spelling brains. We use education and neuroscience research, but you don't need to worry about that. What you need to realise is that if your school is using SSP, that is because they have embraced the concept that every child, although similar in a lot of ways, are also different in a lot of ways. This means we can't teach every child in the same way. We have to teach in the way that works for that child, or we can inadvertently give them the wrong message about their capabilities. So from your perspective as a parent, it's wonderful in that it will help every child read and spell confidently by 6. Confidence is key. It's also great because schools are getting better results. So what can you do to help your child? Here you can see a prep child decoding a book to the speech sound cow. Now you can have anything, a speech sound dog, a speech sound teddy, but the speech sound animal, if you like, speaks in speech sounds. The children love them.
Fat frog.
Fat frog, so is it your own story?
No, it's for you. It's for the speech sound frog anyway.
Listening for speech sounds is really, really important. I want you to first forget print and what have you. We need to start with developing phonological awareness, which is the biggest predictor of reading failure or success. So what's phonological awareness? In simple terms, it's children being able to hear the smaller parts in our words. So if they see these pictures, as well as being able to say pin, we want them to hear that pin, when we say it, is made up of 3 smaller parts. P, I, N. Can they hear the first sound? Can they hear the last sound? We want them to be able to blend. So if I say tap, we want them to be able to hear that it's tap. We'll start off with a group of 6 speech sounds. S, at, p, I, N. You might just start off with s. We're actually teaching them to spell before we've even looked at print. So can you spell the word sit? S-it. So we want children to do that, and they can do that even before they even look at the print. They're just listening. Now the reason we start off with this group of 6 speech sounds is because we can build so many words. So we can actually be reading and spelling words using just these sound pics. Now what's a sound pic? You can see at the top, sat pin, you can see what you probably think of as letters, the letters S, A, T, P, I, N. If you go to youtube.com/soundpics, that's sound P-I-C-S, you'll actually see why I advise that you don't teach letter names. Children don't need to know letter names before they start school, and they don't need to know them before they can actually decode and encode, and I explain why. If they know them, that's fine, it doesn't matter, and a lot of children can cope with that information, but a lot of children can't. It's too much and it can be confusing. And we've been listening for S. Look, here's a picture of S. Here's one of the pictures for the speech sound S. Now, as a parent, you need to understand that there are a lot of pictures for the speech sound s. A lot of sound pics. There are actually 8. Psychotic Sam had a nasty scent, sitting in the grass with a nasty scent. Send him something nice for 50 cents. Send him to the house or the castle. We'll actually have songs for every speech sound in the English language. We're just going to start off with the speech sounds s, at, p, it, n. There are speech sound clouds to represent every speech sound in the English language. When we use SSP, it's a very visual approach, but you don't need to worry about too much information at the beginning. You just need to think about the speech sounds s, at, p, it, n. Look, here's a picture of a. There's a picture of t. There's a picture of p. And a picture of I. And a picture of n. So that terminology will be used when your child starts school. These are pictures of sounds. We call them sound pics, speech sound pics. So the children are just listening for the speech sounds, and then when we've introduced the sound pics, these are the first 6 we'll introduce, the children will be able to say the word, hear the speech sounds, and spell the word. They'll also be able to look at the words like ant, look at atant from the left to the right, and blend them into the word. So you can really help at home. But don't worry about giving them too much information, and do make it fun. They don't even have to be holding pencils and writing. We just want them to be able to hear those speech sounds, hear the words like, think of the words sit, ant, tap, pan, pin, nap, and see if they can hear where the t is in the word, where the a is in the word, where the p is in the word. Tap. Where can you hear the p? Is it at the beginning or the end? This is all phonological awareness, and this is really important. This is more important than learning to recognise lots and lots of sound pics. So focus on just 6 speech sounds and these 6 sound pics. If you feel your child is ready for a lot more, then email me and I'm quite happy to give you more information. But this is what they will be learning at school, and this first foundational level is the most important. If you go to speechsoundpics.com and go to Getting Started, you'll see 2 or 3 free lessons, and we just keep adding more and more. As I say, everything for you is free. So look at this word, SIP. If the children can see those pictures of sounds, those sound pics, SIP, and they can blend them into the word SIP, sip, then that is reading. And those 1, 2, 3s are really important for the ordering. So do put 1, 2, 3s underneath when you're building words using those 6 sound pics. You could have a picture, have the lines and the numbers, and the children find the card that represents a and the one that represents n and that represents t, so that they can spell the word ant. Do it in lots of different ways. Use magnetic letters. Here we were listening for pips. P-ips. So there were 2 p in there. Now you can see in the picture, this is a reader. This is a decodable reader by Spell South Australia. You can download these as PDFs and read them, or you can order them. But these readers are built just using the sound pics that your child is going to learn first of all. So not only are they learning these 6 sound pics and the skills, they're actually able to read a book, even with just these 6 sound pics, and also spell. Now I'm also making it a lot easier for children, so that with these decodable readers, what we're doing is we're actually folding over the right hand side so that they can't see the picture, because children shouldn't need to see the picture to be able to read, as long as you are building up on the sound pics and their knowledge with the books that they're reading. The ideal is that a child has their reader that they can decode at least 85% of it on their own, without any help, and building confidence, so they don't need to look at the pictures and guess and whatever. And also have a sharing book that they share with you every night, because reading with your child at night is so important. But they could be looking for the sound pics they recognise, but you are the one that's decoding. Now when you're sharing a book with them, it also really helps if you point to the words as you're reading, because it helps children really understand what you're doing. So if you watch this clip, you can see that this little girl is not trying to guess from the pictures. She's actually looking at the word, looking at the sound pics, saying them to herself in her head, blending them to say the word.
Wow, do another page. That's amazing.
Fun.
Yes.
On the box.
Now, if they are ready to be holding pencils, and usually this means they're drawing pictures and it's not just a head and sticks coming out, it's actually got a body. But if they're ready to hold pencils, it's froggy legs. And we actually have a saying every letter. These are read, write, ink phrases and characters. And if you order the pack of green Phonics flashcards, which I'll show you the link for at the end, they've got these on them. Slither down the snake, round the apple, up down the leaf, down the tower, across the tower, down his plait, up round his head, down his body and dot for his head, down Nobby, up over his net.
Down Nobby, over the net. What happened with the Tripper Tower? What was the tower one? Down the tower, across the tower. So tell me this word. Give me the sounds first.
So right from the beginning in prep, children will be able to recognise that there are actually more than one sound pick to represent speech sounds, even if we're only explicitly teaching the first one. That means if we're teaching, oh, let's listen for B in a word, we might first of all just teach what you would think of the letter B on its own, but because we're doing the songs showing that there are two different representations, then we're actually introducing children very early on to some really important concepts. Even if they're not ready to learn certain concepts, we're actually allowing their brains to take it all in. Often we can underestimate what children can actually do. For example, a school that's using SSP, a prep child came to me yesterday to say he'd found a new sound pick for the OO speech sound. He'd looked at Just Juice on his carton at morning tea and discovered this. And this is why self-discovery and allowing children to self-discover is so important, as well as teaching explicit. Here, a pre-prep child, the same age as your child, because she's been allowed to self-discover and she's been learning at, p, it, n, and she's given resources that help her to self-discover, she's now able to put this into place, and she's actually reading this book. She doesn't know the D sound pick, so she's having to ask me. But look what she can do now already. And this is after only 3 weeks of using SSP.
Do you know what? Do you know before we start, I'm just watching Laura.
Stand.
Stand! Oh, she is standing.
Let me know that you.
Oh, do it from the beginning. Show me. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, look what she's... Who can spell this word? So you've got to give me all the sounds in it. Who can spell this word? Sat. How many sounds? 3. What are they? 1, 2, 3. Laura! Tiara. Can you tell me the sounds? Can you spell the word? What sounds can you hear? Kiara! Can I get a bit of melon? Jasmine, what sounds can you hear? We're going to spell the word pin. How many sounds? Pin. Put it. 3 sounds. Can we get one?
I don't have it that big.
So clever. Talk to me about 4. Fish.
Fish.
We haven't looked at the sound pick for shh. However, what we're doing is just listening for the sounds. F, I, sh. They can hear there are 3 sounds. So think how easy it is then, because we're starting with speech. If I say to the children, here's the picture for shh. So please do lots of listening. Make it fun, just the same as it will be when your child starts prep. Use the free resources, lessons, phonics, game. With your help, we can prevent reading difficulties for your child and any child. We can build confidence, which is the foundation of the SSP approach.